name is Alexandra, and I'm going to teach you to make the best video you can. We're going to start with different types of shots.
This is a long shot, used for a large point of view, not really focusing on anything in specific.
This is a medium shot, used to show more detail about a character while still showing the scene behind them. This is an over-the-head shot. This gives you a good idea of what's going on in the character's movement and interaction with things around it without really displaying their emotions. This is an undershot. It's great for displaying emotions and weather because it shows the character's face and what's above them. This is a close-up. It's used to display all the details so your audience knows what's going on. This is an extreme close-up. It's used to make sure your audience notices details they might not otherwise. This is an over-the-shoulder shot, generally used for dialogue between two or more people.
Now that we've covered shots, we're going to look at angles, another very important part of making videos. This will help you choose the correct angle for your shot. Although some of these angles are not used with human subjects, you could also use them that way.
This is the wide angle. It's used the same way as a long shot to display as much of a scene as possible, not focusing on anything specific. This is a high angle. It's used to show an overhead view of what's going on in your shot. This is an eye level angle. It's used to display what you would see if you were eye to eye with the subject in the shot. This is a low angle, generally used to display something as big or important, or also to show the point of view as of something tiny or an inanimate object such as a bug or
Next, I'm going to teach you about camera movement. No matter how you're moving your camera though, you should always use a tripod. Camera movement adds interest to your video, especially if it's a long scene.
This is a zoom shot. It can be used to show detail by zooming in or reveal something going around the subject initially shown by zooming out. This is a track. It's used to follow the movement of your subject as they move. This is a pan. It's a sweeping movement from one side of the scene to another. It's used to show what's going on both sides of your subject. This is a point of view shot. It's used to show exactly what the character in your shot would be seeing.
Next, we're going to talk about lighting. It's extremely important to have the right type of lighting for your scene.
This is an outside lighting setting. This is an inside lighting setting. This is the manual lighting setting. As you can see, the outside light setting looked best when outside. This is an outside lighting setting. This is an inside lighting setting. This is the manual setting. As you can see, inside light setting looked best when inside, however manual was second best.
Now for another very important aspect of filmmaking, sound. It's important that you speak clearly and slowly all the time. Even if you're acting as though you're upset, you must speak slowly and clearly. A lapel mic should be used if you're not close enough that the camera can pick up your voice naturally. Next, I'm going to teach you about manipulations. You can find manipulations on nearly every video editing software. Some of the most common ones are
the black and white effect, the sepia effect, change of color, change in threshold levels, and the water effect.
After your video is shot, you're going to want to have transitions between each scene. Here I'll display some different transitions you could use.
This is a cut transition. This is a dissolve transition. This is a fade transition. This is a wipe transition.
Wait a second.
Now you know how to make a great video, so let me just give you some final tips and tricks. When using a green screen, stand about 3 feet away from it. If you're filming outside and it's a windy day, just use a voiceover afterwards because you don't want the wind in your sound. And no matter what you're shooting, always use a tripod. Good luck!